So, looks like the Trudeau government is getting sued. Here's the headline. Tamara Lich, Chris Barber, 18 other Freedom Convoy protesters sue Trudeau government for $2 million each over illegally invoking Emergencies Act. And that was after this. Trudeau's use of the Emergencies Act was ruled unconstitutional. What happens now? Well, now we know. And this is what we thought would happen all along. Government's getting sued. Now, the unfortunate thing is that if they win the case, Trudeau himself isn't going to pay anything, obviously. They will have to be paid by the taxpayers. But look, when you've been persecuted by the government, well, your only recourse is to sue the government. So I support it. And there's no question that these people have been persecuted. Here from Post-Millennial, Freedom Truckers being punished with lengthy trial delays, says defendant Tamara Lich. Freedom Convoy personality Tamara Lich said Friday that her joint trial with Chris Barber has again recessed, and she doesn't expect the defense to begin summarizing its case until hopefully 10 days in mid-March 2024. That means a verdict shouldn't be expected until at least the summer. That's well over 2 years since the Freedom Convoy. The pair are charged with mischief, counseling others to commit mischief, intimidation, and obstructing police as members of the Freedom Convoy. And Tamara Lich said, quote, "I don't know why it's taking so long, but it's true what they say in the Canadian legal system. The punishment is the process." So the goal being to, no matter what the final verdict is, to intimidate people by putting them through hell with the process itself. My question is, after the Emergencies Act was ruled unconstitutional, why are these charges still there? Why haven't they been dropped? Well, we know why, because the Trudeau government is incredibly petty and vindictive, and they're going to keep the political pressure up to keep those charges going and to keep punishing people who never should have been punished in the first place. But this federal court ruling that the invoking of the Emergencies Act was unconstitutional now opens the door for them to fight back. So lawyer Keith Wilson posted this on Wednesday, breaking on the 2-year anniversary of the federal government illegally invoking war measures against its citizens and targeting key protesters in Ottawa by freezing their bank accounts. Today, Tamara Lich, Chris Barber, Tom Marazzo, Danny Bulford, and other protesters who were targeted by Justin Trudeau have filed lawsuits against the federal government. Section 24 of our Charter of Rights and Freedoms gives Canadians the right to sue their government for damages when charter rights are violated. Doing so affirms the seriousness of respecting charter rights and is intended to deter future governments from breaching Canadians' fundamental rights. The lawsuit seeks $2 million in damages, and that's per person. Saw this comment, says only $2 million. You are letting them off way too easy. We give convicted terrorists $10 million. And who's he talking about there? Well, they're talking about Omar Khadr, who was a convicted terrorist who the Canadian government settled with for $10.5 million. And here's what Justin Trudeau had to say about it.
The measure of a society, of a just society, is not whether we stand up for people's rights when it's easy or popular to do so. It's whether we recognize rights when it's difficult, when it's unpopular.
So he says the time to stand up for Canadians' rights is when it's difficult. That's the best time. That's what he said then. That's what he said in 2017. So what changed? Well, actually nothing with Trudeau. He was lying then, just as he's lying now, and he's been lying the entire time. If Justin Trudeau is opening his mouth, he's lying. And I hope that they are successful in this case, because when a government is tyrannical and abuses its own citizens, there needs to be recourse. They need to be held to account. And I hope that in this case, that will happen. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.